Cambodian Genocide occurred from 1975 to 1979. It happened in Cambodia. Over 2 million people died.
Cambodia is located on the Indo-Chinese peninsula, bordered by Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. The country is roughly the size of Missouri and is a large sediment plain ringed by mountains to the east. Once ruled by the Great Khmer Empire, Cambodia is mostly known for its tourism, especially the magnificent Angkor Wat Temple, dating back to 1890 AD. Strongly influenced by India, the official language of Cambodia is Khmer, and most of its people practice Theravada Buddhism, an obtuse version of Buddhism. During the mid-1800s, France took over ruling power of this nation, and then Cambodia became collateral damage in the Vietnam War. In 1975, the Khmer Rouge Regiment sought to cleanse Cambodia of capitalists and intellectuals with a 4-year reign of terror, of torture, and executions. Cambodia is now a peaceful, democratic nation.
The us and them in the Cambodian Genocide were the Khmer Rouge Party and the people who were against it. One form of such classification is base versus new. The base people were the ones who went by old tradition, while new people were more westernized. The Khmer Rouge Party felt that westernization was bad, so the new people faced worse conditions. People were classified as to be executed with a blue and white checked scarf, given out by Pol Pot's people. Many were imprisoned, and these people were forced to identify as animals so that their deaths were justified. Many prisons were built, and many people were interrogated to find out who opposed the Khmer Rouge Party. It was very organized, and every victim was photographed. People who lived in the city were forced into hard labor on farms. People who opposed the regime were targeted. Anyone against the Khmer Rouge regime was executed or tortured. Others died of disease and starvation. Many were killed just for stealing a mere bit of food. Others died from forced labor. This genocide could have been stopped if the Khmer Rouge Party had been stopped. If someone had stepped in before they began their classification and their building of prisons, then none of this would have happened. Throughout the genocide, more and more people were identified and executed.
During the Cambodian Genocide, elderly and ill citizens, as well as children, were killed if they were unable to provide unceasing physical labor on a daily basis. Pol Pot enforced a belief that all Cambodians must work as labor in one huge federation of collective farms. Anyone who did not believe in this system or went against it was killed. Children were taken away from their parents to separate labor camps. All Western innovations were to be removed, and rural work projects were to be started. For these projects, Cambodians were evacuated from their hometowns and villages. Political and civil rights of Cambodians were abolished. Religion was also banned. Buddhist monks and Christian missionaries were killed, while temples and churches were burned. There was starvation, physical injury, and illness. Illnesses were unable to be treated because hospitals had been shut down and all their staff had been killed.
The Cambodian Communist Party, led by Pol Pot, was responsible for the death of 21% of the Cambodian population. Cambodians were put through harsh slave labor and were denied access to the outside world. Some were executed for even the slightest details, such as wearing glasses, knowing foreign languages, or even emotion. Pol Pot saw these people as threats while gaining control of Cambodia. Through effective propaganda, Khmer Rouge gained more support from Cambodians. As the U.S. fought the Vietnamese War, the Vietnamese communists evacuated into Cambodia. The U.S. bombed Cambodia to kill the Vietnamese communists, but killed many Cambodians as well.